Jack Doherty didn't just lose a YouTube channel. He got banned from Kick twice, suspended on Twitch, and now he's watching his entire YouTube empire crumble in real time. And honestly, we've been waiting for this moment longer than anyone's been waiting for GTA 6. So here's what happened. Jack Doherty, the professional menace to society and part-time McLaren destroyer, just got one of his YouTube channels completely nuked off the platform. And before you ask, no, this isn't just some temporary suspension where he comes back in a week acting like nothing happened. We're talking full termination, channel gone, deleted and sent to the YouTube graveyard where it belongs. But here's where it gets even better. Because of YouTube's termination policy, this one ban could trigger a domino effect that wipes out his entire empire. But before we get into that, let's talk about how Jack's been getting banned from platforms left and right, absolutely tanking his revenue. We're talking about bans that cost him a monthly $70,000 paycheck. Yep, $70,000 a month, gone just like that. So this all pretty much kicked off with the McLaren crash that went so viral, it probably has its own Wikipedia page by now. In October 2024, Jack was driving his McLaren 570S in Miami during a rainstorm, which already sounds like the setup to a disaster movie. But instead of, I don't know, focusing on the road like a normal human being, this genius decides to check his Kick livestream chat on his phone while driving in the rain at high speed. What could possibly go wrong? Everything went wrong. He slammed straight into a guardrail, totaled his six-figure car, and injured his cameraman Michael so badly the guy needed stitches in his head. And here's the part that really shows you who Jack Doherty is as a person. While his friend is literally bleeding in the passenger seat, Jack's first instinct wasn't to check if he's okay, it was to make sure the camera was still recording.
There's no f***ing Michael here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
So clearly, this kid has his priorities straight. And by straight, I mean completely backwards. Anyways, because of this, Kick banned him within hours. And honestly, that's saying something because Kick is basically the Wild West of streaming platforms. They let almost anything slide. But even they looked at Jack and said, yeah, this is too much. So when the platform that tolerates almost anything draws the line at you, that's not a red flag. That's a whole parade of red flags with fireworks spelling out, you're the problem. So that was strike one, and he was banned from Kick for endangering lives and being a general menace. Now, you'd think that would be a wake-up call, right? Maybe take some time off, reflect on your choices, apologize to Michael, and come back as a better person. Nope. This is Jack Doherty we're talking about. Self-awareness isn't in his vocabulary. So if we fast forward to January 2025, Kick actually unbanned him on January 9th, probably because they felt generous, or maybe they just missed the chaos. But Jack couldn't even last 2 weeks, because on January 19th, he got banned again after getting into a street fight that was, of course, live streamed for everyone to see. So Jack's out in public, doing his usual shtick of being obnoxious for content, when some random guy walks up and slaps him across the face.
Enough! Enough! Fucking bitch! Stupid fuck!
But, I mean, let's be honest, Jack's pretty much been sending out invitations for something like this to happen. The guy's entire career is built on antagonizing people and acting like consequences don't exist. So, eventually someone's going to test that theory. And, to be fair, it was actually more comedic than anything else, because the slap wasn't even that hard or harmful. It was more disrespectful, which made it oddly satisfying. But here's where it gets messy. Because Jack and his bodyguard Dave, who apparently takes his job very seriously, jump in and demolishes this dude. So Kick took one look at the footage and said, yeah, we're done here, which resulted in Jack's second and final ban. But the hits keep coming, because then Jack thought it was a genius idea to sneak into TwitchCon, an event he wasn't invited to. Then, to make matters worse, he immediately speedran the Jack Doherty starter kit, by hassling creators, shouting slurs, and nuking the vibe until security eventually kicked him out.
Sir, you don't give a f***, you care more about nothing.
Move over there now.
Wait, what the f***?
Okay, you want me to get PD? Let's go. Please, let's go.
Twitch then hit him with a 1-year suspension for breaking Twitch's code of conduct at an official event. So even if he wanted to rebuild on Twitch, he can't, thank goodness. But what's interesting is that while all of this has been going on, it seems like YouTube's been watching and they've been taking notes, because it looks like one of Jack's channels, called Jack Clips, got completely terminated for violating community guidelines. Not a copyright strike, not a temporary suspension, full termination. So the channel's officially gone, and if you try to visit it now, you get that beautiful message. This channel was removed because it violated YouTube's community guidelines. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so he lost a side channel. Big deal. His main channel's still up, and you'd be right. For now. But here's where YouTube's termination policy becomes Jack's worst nightmare. According to YouTube's rules, because Jack is the creator and one of his channels was terminated, he faces the risk of being prohibited from using, possessing, or creating any other YouTube channels. Therefore, every single channel you own or are prominently featured in is supposed to get the axe. We all saw this happen to Steve Will Do It. It's called circumventing a channel termination, and YouTube does not play around with it. Now, we even have proof that this was Jack's channel. If you go back to the Wayback Machine and look at Jack's main channel from April 2023, you can see Jack Doherty Shorts, which later became Jack Clips, listed in his featured channels. Same channel ID, same owner. It's all connected. So, what exactly does this mean? Well, Jack Clips got terminated, and that channel most likely would have been linked to Jack's AdSense account, the same AdSense account that's also connected to his main channel, which means all of Jack's channels are most likely tied together on the same AdSense account. And if one goes down for violating guidelines, this puts all his channels at risk, including his main channel with 15 million subscribers. So this means YouTube could wake up tomorrow and decide to nuke Jack's entire presence on the platform, main channel, side channels, everything. Gone. And there's nothing he can do about it because he already violated the terms of service. So whether Jack knows it or not, the clock is ticking, and honestly, I'm here for it. Because let's be real, Jack Doherty has spent years building a career on being a public nuisance, causing scenes for views, and treating everyone around him like props for his content. And now, after crashing a McLaren, getting banned from 2 streaming platforms, and losing a YouTube channel, reality is finally catching up. And this isn't even cancel culture or the internet being mean, this is just Jack finally facing consequences. Because when you spend years acting like rules don't apply to you, eventually the platforms you depend on will remind you that they absolutely do. And Jack has nobody to blame but himself. So yeah, Jack Doherty's YouTube empire is crumbling, his main channel could be terminated any day now, and when it happens, it won't be a tragedy, it'll be karma finally doing its job. But let me know what you think will happen to Jack Doherty if his main channel gets taken down, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.